¿Qué pasó, YouTube? How we doing? All right, so first I'm gonna share my mistakes that I did, but actually came out for the better. So and then I'll share the what I did with the plants. So over there, that wood, the longer ones, those I bought last year, and then I needed some more for this side, for this one right here. And so I measured the ones over there. I measured the length, the thickness, the width, and somehow cause at the lumber store at Home Depot or Lowe's or whatever, they have like 1 inch, and then on the bottom they have actual length is like, or actual thickness is 0.75, something like that. Or if it's 6 inches, at the bottom it says actual length is 5.75 or 5.50 or whatever it might be. So this bed, I basically eyeballed it, and for the most part it's level, but when it gets up to like right there, it kind of comes down a little bit, not too much, just a little bit. So I thought I was measuring the correct, I thought I got the correct measurements, but these I got like let's say that one, I can't remember what they are, but let's say those were, they're five, the length, the width is 5.75. These over here are like 5.50. So somehow, even though it's not level, down at the bottom, it looks straight because these are smaller width. So I thought that was funny. I'm not sure if you guys understand that or not, but but my mistake ended up being the right one in this situation. And then that top part, that was an afterthought that I laid a piece of wood on top, and I'm like, you know what, that looks good. And it's not that I haven't seen it before, I just didn't think of it. But when I put the piece of wood up there, I'm like, you know what, I should do that. So it came out nice. And then another mistake that I did was over by the post. I'll show you that in a little bit. That one was also interesting, and I'm glad it happened. Anyway, this raised bed next year will be little crowded. I think I know enough to kind of imagine or kind of see what it might end up looking like, but we'll see. So up front I have some iris for spring color. Those are purple with a white center. I got 3 sedum up front. Those are 3 for $10 a couple months ago. And then I have on each side of the trellis, I split a switchgrass. So there's one right there and one right there. So those are supposed to get 2 to 3 feet tall and wide. So I'm hoping they do, because then it'll kind of grow beside each side of the trellis. So last year my in-law gave me those roses, and I finally found a home for them, and I think the wait was worth it. I have 4 potted up Leucostrife. I potted them up because they're a little invasive. So we'll see what happens with those. And then I had 2, well, I had several crepe myrtles. I used 2 of them right here, one right here and one right there. So these I picked because they have like a vertical habit. When I got them, I was told they were Bourbon Street crepe myrtle. Interesting name, by the way. But and I was told they get 2 to 4 feet tall. So this year I potted them up, and well, last year I potted them up, and this year they had like a light pink color. But here I'm mostly using them for height and for greenery. I kind of want them to grow onto the shed. So the shed was like a barn red. I didn't like that color, so I got like a lighter color. And then I have I split up some Black-Eyed Susan. I have one back there, one behind the trellis, and one back there. So the idea for the one behind the trellis is for them to grow through the trellis. So we'll see what happens. And then I put the Black-Eyed Susan there because right now it's mostly pink and purple color and the roses. So I'm like, you know what? I need a different color. So my vision, that what I think will happen is the sedum will get more round and taller. Eventually, the purple leucostrife will get like wider and probably taller. The iris will multiply every year. The Black-Eyed Susan will also multiply, and when they bloom, since I put them towards the back, I did that on purpose so they could, when they bloom, they'll kind of like have like a arching habit. And then I'm hoping to train the roses onto the trellis, and the switchgrass, they'll do their thing. And I think that's it. I don't want to make this video too long. So my other mistake was, I thought I was being clever with so the post inside was 3.75 or something like that, and I thought I was being clever. So I got the same size, same length wood, or width wood, and I'm like, that's gonna cover it up. And I was hoping it would be like out to here, and then, you know, just like one square thing. But it turns out my mistake, at least for me, it's for the better, because now it's got like this custom look. So live and learn, and in this case, a couple of my mistakes were for the better. But that is it, YouTube. I will see you in the next one.